Hello everyone, it's Thalan McRom, and we're back in my vanilla vintage story playthrough. So, goals today: finish our iron anvil, do some trading with the treasure hunter and um, other trader over here. I think mostly the treasure hunter because he buys bread, and we're going to make a lot of bread selling bread. And then we're going to see about finishing up making our chainmail and traveling over to the lazarette, I think. Who's spelling this one? There we go. So we've got the iron chainmail body, so we're going to make the leg armor, which means we need leather jerkin pants and some chain. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain to do that. And then for the helmet, we just need 3 chain, thankfully. But there we go. So we're going to need 9 more pieces of chain. But first things first, we're going to finish making our iron anvil. And we got lots of iron to do that with. And I could probably even squeeze out a little bit more iron if I needed to. Because I got all this fire brick. So, I'm going to get to work on getting that forged up. And I'll bring y'all back when we're a little closer to having that anvil done. Oh, also, I figured out I'm going to have to change tactics entirely on my sheep. Because I did some research. And the reinforced crate here, I'll show you this. The, is it wooden crate? Yeah, this wooden, reinforced wooden crate trap. I did a bit of research on this in between last episode and this episode. And while it seems that this should catch lambs for the bighorn sheep, it seems like that animal is not one of the ones that can actually catch. So I'm actually going to have to move the sheep down here manually somehow. So I'm going to have to work out on how I want to do that. Because this trap apparently won't actually do it. So, something to know. It will do like pigs and other things, but it won't do sheep or elk. Or, I mean, it might do elk, but it won't do like moose or anything like that. I could need some leather. So, I'm going to have to figure out that, and as I said, I'll bring you back as I get some stuff done. But I just wanted to, like, bring you up to speed about what was going on. So, I'll be back in a minute. The other thing we gotta do is a lot of baking today. Alright, folks, I'm back. And I think we're putting the final bit of iron onto our anvil top here. And once we get this done, we'll have to heat up the bottom of it and weld the two of them together. There we go. 5 ingots later, we have our anvil top and bottom. Go ahead and heat up the bottom here because we're going to need both heated up. Now, I need to find my borax. Where did I put it? Borax, borax, borax. Powdered borax. We need 1 sprinkle of this. There we go. We're going to put this iron in here. Alright, now. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go into here and go to here. Now, if I remember correctly, we have to put down the bottom And then we have to put the top on it with a sprinkle of borax, which we'll put here. We have to put them both together. They both have to be up to temperature. Let me go ahead and grab one more piece of charcoal or coal to do that. So I don't want this thing not heating up on me. I'd rather burn a little extra fuel and get it right the first time. So here we go. And I don't know if I need to do this on the anvil or if I just put this on the floor, sprinkle it, and do it. So here we go. We're going to get this up to heat. Then we'll put the other one on there, get it up to heat as well. So, my first time ever making an iron anvil in game. There we go, that one's heated up. That one on. Okay, so we have to... There we go. Borax, and then... There we go, and then we have to hit it. There we go. We have an iron anvil, folks. It only took us 10 ingots, but we got it. Let's see here. So, with that all done, I'm going to move these things around a little bit. Let me put the hammer away for now. Let me get out my pick. I am using my pick just because it makes it faster to pick up these anvils. There we go. Now I could break these up and like reclaim the metals from them if I wanted to. I'm actually going to save them on purpose because eventually what I'll do is I'll build a hell of hammer at some point, and I'll use the bronze one. That's not what I wanted it. Here. I wanted you straight. There we go. And I'll use the bronze one for the base on my hell of hammer, because that'll also let me work iron, and I'm not working steel right this second. So that should be pretty good. Alright. If y'all hear any weird, like, cat sounds, that's because I have a cat in my lap right now. But I'll be back in a second. We're going to do some other work here, and I'll bring you back as we get ready for what all's going on. Alright, folks. It's raining outside in our game. But we're going to do some baking real quick, because I made a whole bunch of black spread dough. Because I know one of those traders over there buys flax bread, so we're going to take some with us. Go over there. But first things first, we got to get our oven warmed up. At some point, I might need to make a second oven. As much baking as we've been doing recently. I know I can make you all sit here and watch me bake 64 units of flax bread. But you know what? We're going to be baking 64 units of flax bread. So, I'll see you all in a bit. Alright, everyone. So, I just have to tell you what just happened. Because my wife is looking at me weirdly due to the facial expression I just made. So, the cat is laid out in my lap here and is trying to sleep while I'm recording. And she stretched out her paws at full length up onto my chest, and then sank them fully into my chest, trying to relax and stretch. And it was quite a shocking experience and quite painful. And it concerned my wife there for a moment. Anyways, I'm going back to my baking, and I'll bring you all back when I'm done baking. Because I think when this is done, we're going to head over to the treasure hunter trader and all, and see if we can't sell some of this and get our elk, so we can get ready to go to the lazaret, because I want to take the elk with us to the lazaret. Alright, folks, I'm going to let you all listen to something real quick. You heard that kind of soft sighing sound there for a second. That's my cat snoring in my lap. Anyways, I just finished baking the last of our flax bread I'm going to take with us. The only other thing I'm going to do before my character sleeps for the rest of the night is I'm going to go turn some of these copper ingots I have into nails. So, I'll see you in the morning as we sail over to go do some trading. Alright, it's morning. I'm going to offload my mining supplies because I'm not going mining right now. And we're going to take our goods and go and get ready to go trading. First things first, I'm going to check my chickens real quick. Oh good, looks like my baby chicks have grown up with one rooster and some hens. So they're starting to grow up. We have some more eggs that are going to hatch soon. So we'll leave those be, let them hatch. Check our pigs. Our sow is still pregnant. Good weight. Our boar is still still good with good weight. And we're gonna let them keep on being on. Now I'm gonna go grab my supplies, and we're gonna head over to the ship and do some trading. All right, let's see here. Bread, check. Nails, check. There we go. All right. Now, the other thing I know that one of them was buying candles. And where did I put them? Yeah, I don't need all of these candles. So we're going to take like 12 of the candles with us as well to sell. So there we go. I'll take our rusty gears for money. I'm trying to think if I want to grab anything else. That'll be fun for now. Alright. Keep looking at my trees, waiting to see if they die or if they take. I'm hoping they grow. Oh, my turnips are done. Alright, looks like it's going to be time to... Oh, into heavy temporal storms blowing in. Okay, looks like we're going to have to pause our trip here. So I'll bring you back after the storm passes. And I guess I'll harvest my crops. No, I'm under attack by bees. I harvested some of my bee hips, and they're getting aggressive. I'm hiding here from the bees. Those bees are vicious. I just wanted my honey. Gotta make some more bee ships. Alright. In case you didn't know, even when you harvest your domesticated bees, they can become aggressive. Gotta be short. We only make one ship right now. Alright, well I'm gonna go process the the honeycomb I got by storing it in my barrel while I recover from my vicious bee wounds here. Alright, we're gonna sneak back out here and see about putting down this bee ship. See if they've calmed down. Good, 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 good. They seem to have. Alright, we're gonna go get some more cattails while I wait for this temporal storm to finally roll in. It's supposed to be a heavy one here. Alright, folks. The temporal storm is imminent. I was just making a quick run over to my sailboat to get some things out of it. Here comes that heavy temporal storm. Look at how fast this thing's setting in. It is not waiting a second here. It's my first time like being out in a heavy one. This is making navigation really hard. Well, we made it. Good lord. Getting real interesting out there. That's just the start of one. And now, see, there's all the monsters appearing out there. But this is a heavy temporal storm. Actually, since I'm sitting here inside anyways. I don't have any boards. I swore I had some boards somewhere. That down there. That there. Oh, there's some boards. I'm going to use a couple of these nails here. There we go. Alright. Because I need another loot box. There we go. These extra bits and bobs in here. If you're wondering where that saying comes from, I picked that up from another YouTuber I watch named Spanish. That's how he refers to like random loot items. Oh, see, look at them. They're already trying to get in the door. This would be a great way to farm, you know, temporal gears and stuff if I wouldn't be immediately overrun. There are some people who play by turning off temporal storms. I'm not, simply because I'm trying to do kind of a true vanilla playthrough here. But I can see the desire to do so. Or the ability to sleep through them. Some people turn that on. But anyways, I'm going to set this one out. And we'll bring you back when it's done and I'm actually sailing to go do my trading. Alright, it's the next morning. Temporal storm has ended. I'm going to finish loading up my stuff while my temporal stability gets back up to where I want it to be. And now we're actually going to go to see the traders that we've been trying to get over to. I'll offload the last of the stuff I meant to bring back to my base from the ship. Because I did offload one load of stuff from the ship, so there we go. Brought back a couple of my empty crocks from my last trip, which was to the Resonance Archives. Let's see how we're doing. Looking for 75% on my temporal stability. That'll basically mean that there's definitely nothing left out there, and nothing should be still wandering around and stuff. Because, so, those nightmare drifters that can appear during those temporal storms, they can kind of last till around the 75% mark. It looks like they've mostly cleared out. Which is all I wanted to see. Yeah. Gonna have some more turnips to harvest and stuff when we come back. But with it not being able to decide a temperature out here, it's really kind of messing up my current plantings. But it'll be alright. Let's get over to the sailboat and take a journey. Alright. Gotta keep an eye out, because wolves like to spawn down here in this area. Also gonna go over here and check the flax I left growing over here. Oh, there's a deer over there. I think I harvested it all during the winter. I did a lot of foraging during winter, as well as like crafting and some building and a lot of animal husbandry. A lot more animal husbandry than I've ever actually done in a run before. At some point I gotta go get my sheep. I think it'll be after we do this trip over to the merchant. Let's see about working on getting my sheep down the hill, so to speak. Which basically is going to involve me building a series of fences and walls and kind of guiding the sheep, and I'll probably separate out one of the rams and kill them off. I don't need extra rams. Here we go. And here we go, over to the little island over here. I just like to park down next to the furniture trader. That, and he's going to buy some of the stuff we're bringing. Like the nails. He buys the nails, for example. If I could just find a survival trader over here, that'd really make my life much easier. There we go. And here we are. Such a long voyage. I know, just so far from my house. To get over here to this new treasure hunter merchant that was so much closer than the last one that I found and originally went to. Alright. How you doing, Palrell? You want to buy some nails? Because I got some nails. So, he's paying 1 gear for 2 nails. So that should give me 5 gears right there. What's his demand? Oh, he'll only buy 4. Okay. Oh, dude, chill. Like, you're being loud, man. Alright. So, he only bought 2 sets of nails. That's alright. Let's head up here to the treasure hunter trader. But this is the first one of these I've ever seen with the, what can we call it? Words are escaping me for some reason today. Oh, right. With the outpost style trading hut instead of the caravan style trading hut like that guy's got. So that guy's got the standard. Actually, what I can do is we're gonna pin his save, and we're gonna unpin the other one because I'm not gonna sail all the way down there to go to the other one anymore. Unpin, save. There we go. All right. But yeah, so he's got like the wagon caravan setup. This guy actually has like a hut, a house type setup. It's really cool. It's one of the changes they made a few updates ago. This is my first time getting to see one. Got a raccoon there. But yeah, so this is apparently something that's supposed to happen now. So you're supposed to always spawn with one of these guys. I think with this specific setup, near spawn, wherever you spawn into the world at. And that was a change that I think happened after I created this world. You got Bowtorn down there. But here we are. I like this. I love the design on this. This is that palisade. He's got like flower pot. He's got aged log, bismuth bronze pick, which, you know, we can't pick up any of that because, you know, they have protections around all this. He's got large trough. All kinds of stuff here. Aged hay. It looks really cool. This neat little building they've got for him. But here he is. Got anything to trade, man? Alright, so you want rice bread? I ain't got that for you. Spelt bread? I do have spelt bread. How much you want? You want... So you'll buy 8 for 1 gear, and you'll do it 4 times. So let's do that. There we go. And what about flax bread? Same deal. Cool. Alright. We're back up to 14 gears. Fantastic. And if we had sewing kits, we could sell them those. As well as cooked red meat. Interesting. He'll buy cooked red meat. And leather backpacks, but I'm not willing to sell my leather backpacks. Or the tools that he's looking for. Just because they're expensive. He's selling an ore vessel for 7 gears. Oh, he has a temporal gear. Wow. Okay, it says tool vessel, tool. See, the tool vessel could almost work, because you can get, like, these tin bronze foxes out of him. The problem is, he's only paying 3 gears for it, so you'd lose money even buying this for 6, even if you got one. But, there's the guy. Close his door for him. There you go. And we're going to poke around just a little bit, since we're over here. So I want to see if there's any more merchants around here, real quick. We're going to take a quick look just to see if I see anything that looks like it might be a merchant here. Because if I could find a survival merchant, that would be really helpful. At least one up here. I mean, I know of a couple down this way. But I would like a closer one if possible. Because survival merchants will buy leather, and I'm making lots of leather. I'm not seeing one. So we're going to head that way a little bit. Just to explore. Maybe we'll find something worthwhile. So, I got some food to burn. There we go. I was hoping I'd find the guy who's buying candles. But I guess not. Ooh, I see some crops up ahead. Which is good, because I could use some more seeds. So we've got rye. It's not ready for harvest. We got turnips, which are ready for harvest. Not that I really need turnip seeds. That's one of the few I've got a lot of. It's easy to get a lot of turnip seeds. Ooh, got a fox. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll see like an exposed, you know, salt pillar out here or something. Unlikely. I've never been that lucky in this game. Oh, here's some rye, though, that's ready for harvest. Which is good. There we go. Definitely not going to complain about some extra rye. Let's see here. Got a nice pine tree biome over here, by the looks of it. It's all low fertility soil around here. I would take some more high fertility soil, but we're probably going to have to sail further south to find more of that. It tends to occur more in warmer biomes than where I'm at. Let's see, we got parsnips here. Parsnips. None of them are grown yet, though. Hello, cat. Are you about to sneeze on me? You're acting like you're about to sneeze on me. Cat woke up just long enough to threaten sneezing on me. Is now getting comfortable again. Okay, what do we have here? Claystone. Conglomerate. So we could theoretically find halite in this area. We'd have to prospect it to be sure if there's any decent chance of it. But that's some of the rocks it occurs naturally in. So we'll have to poke around a bit. Well, y'all just asking for it. I know y'all are going to feel bad about me killing the raccoons, but I'm running out of meat. And they were just sitting there. I'm not going to worry about the bones. There we go. I'm sorry, Healy. I know I've disturbed your... Or you disturbed your sleeping spot by sneezing. Okay, let's see if we can get further up this hill. Well, we've got some quartz. Cat, I'd like you to quit walking on my stomach with your claws out. That'd be great. Thanks. So we have a chance of silver and gold in here because there's a quartz vein. But again, we need to do some prospecting. Now, you won't find halite or any other ore inside of bauxite there, which is that orange stone. But we will want bauxite for other purposes. Quartz, 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 quartz. Lots of quartz. I also have plenty of bauxite back at home. I don't need to come over here and mine it. What is that? Cracked conglomerate. So that will collapse if we mined it out. Lots of quartz. I always look at this exposed quartz just to see if I see any silver and quartz, which I actually did find some in a cave not too far from my base. I was down in a cave and found some exposed quartz with silver in it. Nope, we got some sandstone, claystone down here with some flint in it. That's it. Nothing else. Don't want to mine down there. That collapsed like in a hurry on you. Alright. I think we'll head back pretty soon. But I must fall into that cave. It's really more just a valley, isn't it? Now, I've seen people get lucky to see halites sticking out on like cliff sides like this by the water. I've never been so lucky. Looks like something down there. Let's sell that. Apparently, you can also, when you see like deep water areas like that with exposed rock, I've heard you can sometimes find it in areas like this if you swim down. Conglomerate stone. Get lots of sand here, conglomerate. But I've heard you can find it exposed that way too. But not seeing it. Thought we'd hop in and check. Get back here into the deeper water because we swim faster than we walk through this waist deep water. Got some shells, which would be good if we needed lime. But I have plenty of limestone. Oh, we got a fish. It is a fishy fish. What kind of fish is that? Can we hunt you, fish? Well, we got a fish fillet. Yep, as I hit myself with the fish bones. I think that's the first fish fillet I've gotten this entire playthrough. It wasn't from, like, the standard pink salmon. That's something they've added recently that I've liked, is, like, some of the new fish and stuff you can encounter in the water. We're all talking about the next update. Talking about rivers, folks. They may do rivers, which would be super cool. No, some exposed andesite. Yeah, I'm not seeing any halite exposed or anything. Really, any ores beyond the quartz we saw. Well, we found some more quartz here. So there's probably all kinds of quartz throughout this area. Then here's something. Sounds like a waterfall. So looking at all this quartz. Well, I was right. There is a waterfall over here. Quartz, quartz. Just all quartz. No nuggets. No silver. Sadly. Or gold. Because I would like to find gold, too. There we go. We'll just swim around here. I also heard you can find it, like, along these deep exposures here on the coastlines, but no such luck for me. I even swam down pretty far on one of these the other day with my lamp. Yeah, see, this is all conglomerate. This is all host stone that could have halite in it, but I've not been so fortunate. But then I also doing some prospecting around over here near the other day. There's no like halite reading, so I'm not expecting to find halite. Let's see here. Some more rye over there. It's interesting. That's my first time seeing claystone too in any playthrough. Seen conglomerate plenty of times, granite, andesite, slate, bauxite now lots of times. No, I hadn't seen claystone before. That's a new one for me. Since I came over here and started exploring. But anywho, we're going to head back to base. We've got some gears. I'll have to wait for their inventories to reset a bit so that we can bring them more stuff to sell them. I forget how often their inventories reset. So we'll probably just wait a few in-game days while we work on some projects, make the rest of our armor, get all that stuff going. Oh, we found some more rye. Look at that. I didn't mean to use my knife. There we go. Oh, is that flax or spelt? What is this? This is spelt. I recognize that. It's not mature yet, but it's getting there. That, however, is mature spelt. Neat. That's a neat little cave. Might be worth investigating in the future. There we go. Yeah, and I think that fills up our inventory. So we don't get to harvest anything else unless it's something we've already got. Let's see. Anything else I see? Oh, there's some more rye right here. It can be hard to see in this brown grass sometimes. There we go. But that's one of the things you kind of have to learn in this game is just looking for, the crops and getting a feel for what they look like. I know that's a real struggle starting out. When I first started playing, I could almost never find crops. I could find berries, but I drove myself mad looking for crops, trying to find them. So if you're a new player and you're struggling finding crops, yeah, it's tough until you start getting an eye for it. Once you start kind of like getting a feel for, oh, they look like this, you'll start spotting them all the time. And there's certain times of year in the game where it's easier to spot them, so they stand out a bit more. Winter, weirdly, is one of those. But winter has the problem of, foraging is harder and stuff, so it's something to be aware of. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything interesting. I like checking these surface stones in these kind of gravelly areas. Just seeing if you see any, surface deposits. But I'm not seeing anything here. Looking at all this gravel's just making me wish I had my sluice mod. I would take it all back and just dump it in my sluice and let it filter through all of it for me. Because that passive income of copper is nice. Among other things. You know, you get all the things that you get from panning. But there we go. Heading back home. As it's calm right now, so I don't know why the music's kicking up unless the storm's blowing in. Yeah, actually, looking at the sky, storm is blowing in the game. That's what it is. The music tends to pick up when either temporal activity is increasing or when the storm's blowing in. Alright. Gonna put this down to half speed so we can pull in nicely up here. Next to the tree I like to park by. At some point I'll get out here and build a proper dock. You know, if you're watching this, give me comments. What do you want to see dock-wise? There we go. Beautiful. Let's see here. I don't really have the space to carry anything else, so we'll just head back. So, let me know in the comments, folks. Like, I want to finish a road to this area, and I thought about curving the road around and kind of following the coastline up to my little docking area and then building a dock. But I've also thought about just cutting a pass straight through the mountain there. You all let me know. Which one would you rather? Do you want me to cut a pass through the mountain, or do you want me to build the road around and follow the edge of the mountains up to the coastline? I want to know in the comments. Tell me. Whatever gets the most comments is what we'll do. Alright. Now, once we get back, I'm going to offload, and I'll bring you back when we do that. Alright, folks. It's the next morning. I've just finished harvesting the turnips that had come in. I planted some onions, even though it's still getting a little cold for the onions in the evenings. And, well, I'm going to lose some of my harvest to that. Not lose the harvest. It's going to be reduced. They're going to get, you know, stunted. It'll be alright. We'll let, you know, the nutrient levels restore in those. But anyways, that's alright. And I want to thank you all for joining me in this episode. I know these last couple episodes have been a little on the short side, at least from y'all's perspective. I'm doing a lot of walking around. I'm actually recording each of these for around 2-ish hours and then trimming out a lot of just the meandering around and you know, some of the tedious work that y'all don't want to see in the background. But here we are. So we've done some trading. We went over to our merchants over here, sold some stuff. We're going to have to wait for them to reset. We'll sell them some more stuff. Because that's going to be kind of the pattern we're going to have to do to get the 50 gears we need to buy the elk, so we can take the elk with us to the lazarette. We've got 14 of those 50 gears. You have to find some more things to trade. I could always make a trip down to our... We could always do a longer trade run and go over here to the survival trader. You got 2 of them over here, and both of them will buy leather and some other things. I think it's the commodities trader that buys candles, actually. We can also sail over here to this treasure hunter trader to sell him bread as well. But that's a long trip, but we could do it. I wish this local goods trader would buy some stuff we had. But anyways, folks, I'm going to call it there. We'll catch you in the next episode. And I hope you all enjoyed. Again, remember, if you're watching this, I need comments. Do you all want me to finish building my road? Because you can kind of see it on the map here. This little gray line. I'm gonna thicken up this road a bit. But do you all want me to kind of build it around up through here, then go across? Because currently it's going this way. But I'm going to build it up through here by the animal pins eventually. But do you want me to go straight across over here like this, where I've already kind of started, and go through the mountains and build my dock over here? Or do you want me to kind of curve it up around the lakeside and kind of like over like this, and do kind of a curvy, windy road up this way without cutting through the mountains? Let me know in the comments. I want to know, what do people want me to do for building my road to the coastline over here? But also, if you like this content, like and subscribe so you're notified when I'm doing stuff, or hit the notification bell. Helps me out. And I just want to thank everybody for watching this, and thank my Patreons for helping support the channel. All of you are wonderful, the people who watch and my Patreons. Love you guys. And for people interested, I do have a Discord. It has a link on my channel for free membership, for people who just want to join the Discord and hang out in the free section, because I have a little section for free folks to hang out in. And we're going to be expanding the Discord as people say, things they want to see. Like, I've got a section for people to talk about blacksmithing, because we got a couple of real world blacksmiths in there, myself included. And, then I've got a paid section, and the paid members will get access to things like, private servers for playing Vintage Story and stuff. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but we're working on it. Anyways, thank you all, and we'll catch you in the next one.